I'm Ashton Addison from BlockWest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have back Markus Levin, co-founder of XYO Network. Markus, welcome to the show, and it is a pleasure to have XYO back on once again.
Yeah, Ashton, thank you so much for inviting me again on XYO again. I just reviewed the podcast you did with our team a few years back, and it's amazing, like where this podcast has come to, and we're excited to be back on the show.
Amazing, thank you. And yeah, a lot has happened in years, and that is like decades in crypto. I'm sure Your team has a lot to talk about, and that was even before DeFi and NFTs even existed in the mainstream. So let's just start by catching up with XYO Network. For the viewers that aren't familiar, let's get an overview of what are the solutions your team are bringing to the world, and then we'll dive into the intricacies in that.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. Yeah, so when lots of has evolved since the last conversation XYO had with you, but we started in 2012 as location IoT, and then in 2017 we realized location gets easily spoofed to hack. So you can download the GPS spoofing app, right, and pretend that you are in San Diego right now while you're actually in Barcelona, let's say. And that's a problem for any second app on your phone, or automated supply chains, self-driving cars, smart cities, and you name it. So we came up with a XYO network, which is a network of devices which verify each other's proximity, IoT devices, and then that way, and then they do a cryptographic handshake. You call it a bound witness, and this way you can say where something was, and where its origin was, and where it's ended up. And that was 2018, and then now it's 2022. So since then, the XYO network evolved, and it became a true Oracle network, not only for location, but also for other data, like other IoT data, for example, like temperature sensors and so on, or offline data, which is collected and verified, and any type of data, really. And today we are more, we call it a reality oracle, connecting the physical world with the digital world in a trustless way.
Very cool, Markus, and thank you for that intro. A lot to dive into there. I like how it's expanded into an oracle and it has more use cases there. Now, I want to talk about, there's so many different applications that can be used in different industries with this technology. Are you already working in the field with other industries, outside of blockchain to provide these solutions right now?
Yeah, we have a bunch of clients. We're a little different than lots of other blockchain projects in that we focus on our client base not only on blockchain companies, but on traditional companies. And so our addressable market is very large. And we have a number of partners in different industries. We just announced a new partnership with Here Technologies, one of the largest geolocation companies in the world. And we have a number of other partnerships. Some of them we can't talk about yet, but it's going to be super exciting. And it makes us different also because our underlying company is profitable, not from crypto, but from doing what we're doing. So we really build something which the real world needs.
Amazing, and that's great to hear. Profitability is important for growing and moving forward. Now, I wanted to talk about the hardware. You mentioned having specific hardware and having a blockchain-like network to be able to verify the transactions and cryptographically prove it. Because I have seen many GPS spoofing applications, and I've seen my friends playing video games and they're moving to another location, to especially now in some of these virtual reality or AR games, you need to be in a specific location to get some kind of real world prize or real world money, and people are easily able to spoof that and hack the game. But that's, there's obviously much more important use cases for the real world about proving your location. And I'd love to know more about the hardware and what makes it unique, and how you guys came up with it in solving this problem.
Yeah. So what you mentioned is a real problem, and as you said, if you think about the future in the metaverse and so on, right, you want to have accurate data and accurate ownership of items or or accurate location of things, right, inside the metaverse. And the more value you attach to location, the more people are incentivized to spoof and hack, right? Because there's money there. And so it goes beyond the game to a lot of applications, right? But when we started in 2018, I went to all these IoT companies or companies with a lot of IoT and tried to convince them to upgrade the firmware and add XYO into their firmware. And so for them to become sentinels in the XYO network, how it works, we have like these 4 components in the XYO network: the sentinels, which are devices which collect data, the bridges which relay the data, the archivist stores the data, and the diviner crunches the data to give you the best answer to a given question, like, did my package make it onto my doorstep? And those devices get paid with XYO as they provide data, which becomes part of answers. And XYO is our cryptocurrency. And so I went to all these companies and tried to convince them to upgrade the firmware to add XYO for, then eventually they will earn money and have additional revenue streams and so on. But obviously it was very hard, right? I was at the Comcast and spoke to SK Telecom, it's the Verizon of South Korea, and like many companies, and got to some proof of concept type promises, but those are slow companies. So we decided to create our own IoT network, and we did this by launching an app called Coin. And Coin is an augmented reality gamified utility app which lets you earn rewards as you explore the world. And it has more than 4 million downloads out there, and we suddenly have this super large network, and we are one of the largest blockchain networks in the world. And we did it by creating something which is interesting not only for the crypto crowd like you and me, but also and your listeners, but also for like people who are not into crypto yet, and they have a way to earn rewards and so on and so on. And so in the beginning, in the app, it was all passive. So in the background, there were these bound witnesses I spoke about earlier. And now you can do much more. You can do location-based surveys and can provide other data. You can do offline data collection. And there's lots of ways to earn. We have this case study on our website of 500 users which used the app over the last few years. And they earned together until the end of August. That's when we published that case study, $24 million, because the XYO token appreciated so much. It was, I think, 560x last year. And there's one person who has like $1.9 million in the wallet. Another guy, he paid off his mortgage. Someone else bought a new car. Someone went on a delayed honeymoon, and like these crazy stories. And so we built this on-ramp into crypto. Like about 80% of the people who come into Coin are non-crypto people. But 95% of people come and cash out their XYO, and then a lot of them hold it and buy more. And this way is like play to earn, maybe work to earn or gig to earn. I'm not sure what the right term is there. And but also it creates a lot of exposure for XYO, and it creates resiliency for the network, because it's not only it expands this ecosystem just a lot, and so as the economy of XYO grows, right, the token price should grow there as well. Like we get a little tangent from the traditional companies. Obviously, a lot of them want to pay us in US dollars or other fiat, right? And it's difficult for them to pay us in XYO because of internal controls and so on. And we don't want to scare them. So they give us US dollars, we go and we buy XYO in the market and put it into the ecosystem. And so these constant buys have an effect, especially as the network gets larger and larger and larger.
Very cool, and that's incredible to hear the success of the people using the Coin app, Markus. So congratulations on that, and also just getting people that aren't in cryptocurrency involved into decentralized networks. So I think it's a super important way, and whatever way you can do it, whether it's through a game or through an app, and people then realize the potential of these innovations and how powerful they can become as you continue to grow out.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And a lot of crypto it's just hard to understand for lots of people, and that's why people listen to your podcasts, I think, right? And we try to make the coin app but so easy that really anyone can be part of crypto. When you withdraw your XYO, you have an option to withdraw to your ERC20 wallet, or to just withdraw to your Coinbase email address. So if you have a Coinbase account and it matches the email address of the account, then you can just withdraw it. So it's a fee-free withdrawal, and you see it automatically in your Coinbase account. And then we actually provide interest on your XYO holdings in your Coinbase account by doing something like, there's an OAuth, so people give us the ability to read the XYO balance, some of the users, and then we give them interest on the XYO balance in Coinbase.
Awesome.
So we make it super easy. Yeah.
That's great, Markus. And I'm really glad that, since we last spoke, you developed this app, got so much more people into crypto, and with the help of NFTs and DeFi, I feel like a lot of people who weren't interested in digital assets before and decentralized networks are now getting involved. And I'm curious, in 2022 and in the present moment, what are the main focuses for you and for XYO Network in continuing to grow out the network of XYO throughout this year? Are you trying to balance through the app and the software and through the IoT devices as well?
Yeah. We launched XYO 2.0 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, and it's a much easier way for someone to be part of the network. So it's a whole new way to look at our technology and make it faster, more reliable, and much cheaper. And so we did that, and there's iterations of that coming in 22. Then we're going to do some work on XYO World. XYO World is a NFT game we launched 2 years ago, I think, which is you own tiles of the world basically, and we're going to build more underlying gamification for XYO World and make it faster. Right now it's on Ethereum, so it's a little stuck. And then obviously we're going to keep growing the network and have more partnerships and more things happening, and more listings and whatever. And then our company, XY Labs, is going to list on the Tzero ATS probably in Q2. Tzero and ATS is pretty new. So in America, you have the national exchanges like NYSE, NASDAQ, and so on. And under it, you have the alternative trading systems, which are like a normal market with like bid and ask and so on. But you don't need to do an IPO and do quarterly filings and those kinds of enough to do the filings we do anyways as a company, because we did a certain kind of offering, Regulation A offering. And so we come with our share, we are going to be the 7th or 8th listed asset on the Tzero ATS. And we are very excited about that because it's going to bring, allow our XYO holders to become shareholders as well. We have over 24,000 of them already, but more shareholders, and it's people can really be part of everything in a way.
Mm-hmm. That's incredible to hear. And I've been hearing about Tzero as an up and coming exchange, looking for more blockchain and decentralized platforms that are doing securities offerings to get on there. And it's been a long time coming, and I'm glad to see it moving into fruition. I remember talking to Tzero in 2018, around when we last spoke, and they're talking about how we're going to get all of these blockchain projects, with regulated listings. So congratulations on that. I'm looking forward to seeing more on that. And I'd love to hear, and for the viewers as well, about more of the long-term vision, or mid to long-term, since crypto moves so quickly. In 3 to 5 years, where do you hope XYO Network to be? Throughout the blockchain industry and just throughout the world industry.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think as you have proven now that we have our data tentacles really anywhere. We hope to be even more connected, like grab more data from any device and that have a larger network, and then connect that with a more and more interconnected world. If you like, I mentioned the metaverse in the beginning, but connect it with metaverse and databases, smart contracts, and be the eminent data source, trustless data source, which connects all of this. And we are on such an amazing trajectory already to be there, and it's very easy to see that we're going to be that company.
Amazing. I have confidence that you will, Markus.
Thank you, Ashton.
For the viewers that are looking to follow along with XYO Network for that launch, and just to learn about the Coin app and just about the intricacies of the IoT network, what is the best way for them to learn more and to get involved in the communities?
Yeah, join our Twitter. Just Google XYO Twitter, you'll find it, or our Discord. And there, our team, we have an amazing team there, which answers any questions you might have. And of course, check out XYO.network, the website, and you'll find lots of information and all the links to socials and so on there as well. And then, yeah.
Sounds great, Markus. I will leave those links in the description box below as well to make it easy for the viewers. I really appreciate you coming on. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show. Impressed with all that the growth that XYO Network has had since we last spoke, and looking forward to following up again in the near future.
Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me, Ashton. Bye.